Hello. Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. I felt like that hello really sounded like Juno Bird for some reason. Anyway, I really hope I'm here. It says it's working, so I hope it is working. Oh, cool. Okay, wait, I think I'll minimize this a little bit. And maybe actually make it smaller, but make it bigger, you know? Logic. Okay. So let's just hang out, because why not? Because I have makeup on. That's basically the reason. Yeah. I'll just do this on my chair a lot. I've been, like, I have changed settings in my chair and I will just do that. Also, of course, the video is echoey. At least, I feel like it's less echoey when the door is open. The door is right here. Hi there. Hi door. And I think this kind of helps because the sound just, like, goes out of the room or something. Like the echo, you know? I don't know. Okay, so hi, how are you? What's the weather like? How's the weather? Because it's pretty beautiful here actually. It hasn't rained for over a week, I think, and it's always sunny and very, very nice. I like your shirt. Thank you. I am a watermelon. I actually bought this in the UK, this shirt. Yeah, not in Poland. So, if there is anything that you would like to ask me or just, you know, talk about stuff, we can easily do that on the stream. This is exactly what this stream is for. What? This is going to sound stupid, but is Sims a game? I mean, it's kind of a hard topic. Well, it is definitely a game, okay? Because, come on. Wait, something froze in my OBS. I'm not sure. I really hope I'm working still. Because, like, the levels of the microphone just froze. Anyway, yeah. It is definitely a game, but pro gamers will always tell you that if you play Sims, you're not a gamer. So it is kind of an issue, I would say. Because, you know, Sims are a game that technically you don't win, you don't have any conditions on winning because you don't win, you know, this is like a sandbox kind of game, and those games are sometimes not really considered games, you know, by some people. Yes, I heard about the Instagram post about beauty. Oh man, this is also a very complex issue. But basically she was just talking crap. I guess the question is, can you ever really win in The Sims? Yeah. I mean, you can technically lose, but not really. How have you learned English? There's a video about that. So just look into the channel, especially go to the True Stories playlist. It's somewhere there. I am actually holding this mug in the thumbnail of that video. Oh, it goes really well with my nails, at least the mug is, because everything else is just totally not matching with the nails. I just do my nails however I feel like it. So I don't really mind it not matching anything. Have you heard about early Strange Town? I think I saw it somewhere. It kind of rings a bell, but not really that much. I am kind of active in the Sims 2 group. So yeah, so this is, so I sometimes see stuff like that. Also, I wanted to ask you something. Especially, like, are there any people in the chat that whose native language is English? You know, English people, like British people, I say, let's say, American people, Australian people. Just tell me if you're here, because I want to ask you something. And I am trying to set up stuff a little differently for me here. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I guess it looks kind of weird when I'm looking at myself in OBS and I'm looking there. It's like chocolate rain, you know? I don't know. I don't really like that too much. And now I'm here, so it looks a bit better. And I'm also here. Like there are two wolves inside me. Me, I'm American, I'm Australian, American. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of Americans here. Like, my second biggest demographic, of course, after Polish people, is Americans, actually. I like that. Well, especially I mean, maybe not especially I should ask Americans. Just, well, yeah. People whose native language is English. Please tell me, can you understand what I say? Is my accent some kind of barrier here? Is there ever a moment when you don't really understand what I said, but also remember to, you know, like compare it to other people that you listen to? Because, you know, like when I listen to someone speaking Polish, I sometimes don't understand what they said exactly in some place that they were, I don't know, just, you know, their speeches all over the place, and I was like, what? What was that? Yeah. So tell me that. Oh yeah, someone actually didn't understand what I just said. There are two walls inside me. I meant wolves. I can't really say this word properly, sorry. Like big dogs, big wild dogs. That can turn you into a werewolf in The Sims 2. Your accent is not heavy at all. Perfectly audible. Okay. I mean, it's... I know I kinda sometimes, well, more often than sometimes, but I kinda seek validation in my life, but this is not the moment. This is not this kind of thing. I am really just asking to know if there's something that I need to improve, because I understand what you say. Okay. Really good English. That's good. I'm really glad, because I was kinda like, I'm really trying, like, not really like a try hard kind of thing, but I really pay attention a lot to pronunciation, to actually saying words properly, and especially when I'm recording like a narration, is that a word? I think, to a video, like a more informative video, you know, I always try to really pronounce the words so that it's very audible and it's very clear what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's kind of like I just pay attention to that. I just respect English very much. So I was wondering if maybe that's not enough or something, and people don't actually understand what I'm saying. You know, it's kind of easier for people from different countries. That's why I asked native English speakers, because when someone is from Germany even, or if someone is from, I don't know, Czechia, or just wherever else, or like some kind of Hispanic country, then like Latin country or something, then naturally they have a thicker accent mostly, so it's a lot easier for non-native English speakers, especially with a thicker accent, to understand what another person with a thicker accent says, right? Because you can kind of figure out, even if this person mispronounces some things, sometimes you can just, like, you know, navigate your way into what this word is. So I think it could be the biggest struggle for native English speakers, that, you know, you're used to the pronunciation of the words, the accent and everything, and it just might be hard sometimes, and you can just be like, what did she just say? You know? And I do mispronounce words still sometimes. So yeah. So I just wanted to, just check that. Oh, there's a question if my boyfriend can speak English. Yes, he can. I think he... didn't I already talk about that? I think he has better vocabulary than I do. Because sometimes, like, we watch a TV show or something, and I'm like, what does that mean? And he just tells me, you know? And because we watch mostly stuff in English with English subtitles, so I'm like, what's that word? Sometimes, and he doesn't really have that problem most of the time. He sometimes asks me for words when he just forgets, but he definitely has a bigger vocabulary. But his grammar and pronunciation is not as good as mine. I can just easily say, I think. But I think he's perfectly understandable. It's not really that much of a barrier. He works with English a lot. He talks to people from other countries, in, you know, like just like every day for his job. So yeah, so English is very much in there. I've only ever not understood you like once. That's a good score. I'm American, and when I struggle to say wolves, and even I struggle with to say wolves in other words. Yeah, there are some basic words that I can't really pronounce properly, or it really takes a lot of energy for me to pronounce them. Like girlfriend, I hate this word, and it's such a basic word. I just can't. Oh man. English is my only language and people never understand me. I feel like when I'm talking in Polish, people don't understand me either sometimes. It's kind of like they don't understand what I mean, you know? Okay, good to know. Thank you for the feedback. Because I noticed this very funny thing that if there is ever any criticism towards my accent, it's never from a person who is not Polish. Like, it's always from a Polish person. And sometimes the comment is even written in Polish if it's on the English channel. So it's like, why? Can't you at least write the comment in English? It's like, so yeah. Polish people are the worst when it comes to English and comparing yourself to other people. People will always criticize your accent, just how you talk in general in English when it's, well, not our first language, you know? Like, people don't criticize other people speaking Polish. Polish people don't criticize other Polish people speaking Polish, you know what I mean? But they are first to criticize the English, you know? Because I feel like they probably have to high expectations of someone or something. Like, I feel like at least half the times it's that someone was just expecting me to have a perfect British accent when I definitely use American pronunciation because I prefer it. So yeah, so they just hear the American and they are like, nah, this is not nice. I can't speak with a British accent. I just cannot. Oh yeah, word and world. Also warm and worm, you know? Like, this is barely a difference to us. Yeah. I'm not sure about the new Sims 4 pack. I always need to just know, like, it needs to be released for me to just think anything. I don't like to have any expectations because I always get disappointed in this game. And it's just, okay, I need to hide someone. Wait a second. Hide user, thank you. Okay. Polish people are jealous. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, maybe they are jealous of another thing, and they just decide to criticize you. I don't know. Yeah, I know Polish accent is very hard to lose, but I am not even trying. Like, I feel like I am just in, like, this is as far as I can go, and I fully accept it. I don't want to sound like an American person, because it would be misleading, because I am not. If I had perfect American accent but sometimes made a really stupid grammar mistake as I sometimes do, or suddenly mispronounced a word because I didn't know that word well enough or something, it would be such a dissonance, it would be so weird because people would assume that I'm American because of the accent, and then I would just sound completely stupid. So I don't want to do that. I want people to expect that I'm stupid in English, okay? Oh, I've never learned Spanish. I only know a few words. What? What brand is it? But what do you... Oh, the lipstick. It's Golden Rose, so it's only in a few European countries. So I think it's a Turkish brand, probably. Can't remember anymore. But if a lot of people are from the United States here, this lipstick is probably not there. Sorry. Well, I have this thing that I don't really understand British so well. It really depends on someone's accent because British can be a lot of things. It's kind of similar with American, but I feel like I understand more American accents than I do British accents. Because yeah, especially like when someone is Scottish, I'm just like, I need to remember to actually read the subtitles because I have no idea what this person is saying. So, yeah. That's basically why I don't watch Plumbella, which we talked about in the previous stream, right? Not trying to, hate on her or something. It's that you guys asked me about that and I was like, I would like to watch her, but it's just like a barrier, I watched a few videos though. How many pairs of sneakers do you have in your closet? I have no idea. Like, a few, I think? What is that question? What? I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a Q&A stream, so I guess. I told you guys to ask me questions, so now I'm responsible for them. I actually bought new ones lately, pretty expensive, but it turned out that they're too big, so I had to return them. I returned them today, and I hope to get a new pair, smaller pair, maybe this week. I really hope so, because these are nice shoes, but they were just too big. Yes, this is Joy Desperate on the thumbnail, by the way. You know this moment when your Sims in The Sims 2 are making out on the couch, and there's this one moment when one Sim jumps on the other Sim? This is exactly the face. This is the face that they make during that jump. I love this face. And this is not exactly Joy Desperate. I mean, this is the same Sim, but she is in my old Pleasant View, and she is married into the Pleasant View, into the playable families, and her name is Steffi, actually, not Joy. Because that's a downtown Sim that always has a different name in every town. Oh. Oh yeah. After 8 years in the UK, I still sometimes don't understand Plumbella. And someone also said that even though they're English, they can't understand Scottish either. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of the same for Polish people, because there are some dialects in Poland, like Silesian, or there's also the Kashubian language. And I kind of have an uncle who is like, he's a husband of my aunt, and he's Silesian, and it's hard to understand him for me because I am not used to the Silesian dialect. So yeah, it's like they have plenty of different words for some things. And also there is kind of like an accent situation there, so it's yeah, it's sometimes really hard to actually understand it. Oh, my husband has Polish descent. However, we are not really familiar with the food. He's third generation. If you would recommend a dish to try, what would it be? You mean a Polish dish? Honestly, I'm not really a fan. I would say Ruthenian pierogi. Always when someone asks me that, I always go with Ruthenian pierogi because that's my favorite kind of pierogi. So there's that. But other than that, I mean, kisiel is pretty cool too, but you have to actually buy it in a Polish store because it's a very specific kind of thing. So yeah, because all the rest is just like not really that much of my taste, like the Polish cuisine, because it's mostly meat or cabbage or whatever, and I'm like, nah. I mean, cabbage is okay, but I don't really eat meat, so only fish. So it's, yeah. Have you ever heard someone speak Kashubian? I've been in the area so often, but only ever heard people speak fairly standard. Well, I am really close to Kashubian. To the wait, what's the name of the land in English? In Polish, it's Kashuby. I'm really close to it, but like there are some things that are in the dialect of the area that I live in that come from the Kashubian language, but it's like a regional thing, but I don't think I've ever actually heard anyone. I mean, when I was a few years ago, I think when I was in somewhere here in the area, let's say on a seaside vacation, I think because I was in kind of like a village, I think I heard someone sometimes on the street somewhere, but it's like I hardly even heard that. It's not like I talked to that person. So I don't know. Like I definitely more have seen text written in Kashubian than I actually heard someone speak it. Oh yeah, making kisiel from scratch is pretty complicated. What's your favorite fish? I think at this point it's salmon, probably. Yeah. Uh, I actually didn't I show kisiel in the Polish candy video? That was a while ago, but I think I did. And I explained what that is. Kinda. Yeah, because it's a very unique kind of food, I think, and very specific for Poland. Probably a few of other countries too, but yeah, I feel like kisiel is this thing that we have, and not really that many people, that many other people, nations have. Salmon, oh god, salmon and salmon, yeah. Oh yeah, those are very similar words. God damn it. There are too many similar words in English, okay? Stop this. Excuse me, excuse me. Have you ever visited Gdańsk Summer Festival? You mean the how do I wait? Is there a word for that? Is that really festival? Wait, I need to check that. Oh yeah, it's fair. or market it can be also, but that, yeah, it's like summer fair. I don't know. Yeah, there is something like that. Yeah, I did. More than once, I think. It's like it has its atmosphere, but there are so many people. I don't like people, and it's during the summer, so it's pretty hot. But it's cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I know fish is pretty awful for the environment, but nothing else tastes like fish. So I can't really let it go. But I don't really eat it that often. It's like once a week or maybe even not. So at least there's that. But unfortunately, a lot of things are bad for the environment, not only fish. So we should probably stop doing anything. Krufka is the best candy. Oh my god, Krufka would be too sweet for me now. I hardly eat any sugar these days, so I would be like, oh my god, this is too sweet. Oh, yeah, I remember the taste and no, it would be pretty hard for me to eat it now, I think. I get so unused uh, sugar and sweets. Yeah, the only thing I eat from sweets is I have a jar of cookies here, and these cookies are like made of wheat, and there's barely any sugar in it, and it has carrots as well, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the only thing I eat. I eat like 2 a day max, and yeah, they're not even that sweet. But today I ate oatmeal with strawberry. So strawberry is also sugar, but it's like, fruit sugar. So it's a little different, but not really that different. Oh yeah. Uh, how do you say that in English? Is it borscht? I think it's borscht, like the soup, the beet soup. I mean, we have 2 types of borscht. There's the red, which is made of beetroots, and there's the white, which is, I don't even know, but it's definitely not made of beetroots. It's different. Um, oh, I've never eaten swordfish, I don't think. What? Okay, someone is speaking a language that I don't know. Limonka is lime. I don't know why Marco didn't just say lime, but okay. Um, is there anything that I missed? Oh, someone said they love my haircut. Thank you so much. I did it myself because I'm sick of hairdressers. So yeah, I just did that. Okay. Um, I was thinking, is there anything else that I wanted to ask you and make sure if I'm doing good enough? But I'm really glad that you told me about that accent thing, because it's not like I take comments so seriously, especially the ones that about my accent, because I am just completely aware that Polish people are like that. But there was a thought in the back of my mind that there might be something wrong, maybe. So it's always good to make sure, have some interaction at the same time. Um, okay, I think I missed some messages before. So about that Sims 4 pack, yeah, I don't want to have any expectations before it actually comes out, but, well, I gotta say that farm and village and stuff like that was definitely something that I wanted from The Sims. Makes me think of Riverview a lot. And Seasons in The Sims 2, which was also kind of farmy. But I hope that there are animals there. But this is kind of like, I really hope they work this way, like in Stardew Valley, you know? Like they have a function, but it's not, you know, eating them, this function. Yeah. Wait, what's wrong with your accent? I have no idea. I mean, it's a little bit thick, but come on. um, oh, poppy seed roll. Yeah. I mean, without raisins, definitely. Raisins in pies and cakes and just pastries in general is just evil. Don't do that. But yeah, that is such a Polish thing. Especially, I think this is like for Easter, right? People just buy that for Easter. Yeah. Oh, okay. Someone said that Polish sounds like the sound of the sound made by plastic bags. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? uh, wait, I'm trying to conjure up a sentence in Polish that would be a good answer to that, but also sound very foily. um, how can I say that? Maybe I can say szczerze nie zauważyłam. But you know, there are tongue twisters like chrząszcz brzmi w trzcinie w Szczebrzeszynie or something like that, and it's super foily. I only need TS4 to be less laggy. I'm one of not many who does not give a damn about farms. I mean, I would totally give up farms if they actually improved things in this freaking game. It's like, this game is so broken. I just can't. Like, it really... Like, it comes in waves for me when it comes to The Sims 4. It's like a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I really feel like playing it, maybe not like super feel like playing it like with The Sims 2 or The Sims 3, but sometimes I'm like okay with the game. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can just have some fun with it. And then I notice something that they broke in a patch or just whatever, and I'm like, God damn it. Fix this game, people. Do you like watermelon? Yeah. Yeah, I do. It's basically water, but sure. Like sweet water. But I do like it, yeah. I mean, I like a lot of fruits. I think the only fruit that I don't like is pineapple. I mean, like I could eat it, but it's like not really that good for me. W czasie suszy szosa sucha. Yeah. Oh god. Szedł Sasza suchą szosą, suszył sobie spodnie. Yeah, that's... It's kind of like she sells seashells, you know? It's pretty similar, I think. I mean, not in meaning, but like in sound. And now I have fireworks in my head. Oh, bye, Steam King. Poor pineapples. I mean, if I eat it in Chinese food, for example, like in the what's that called? Like sweet and sour kind of dish, then it's good. But other than that, it's not like I would make something with pineapple on purpose. Because why? Why would I do that? Are there any other DS2 facts experiments video in the making? I am in the process. I just started making a new informative video. So I don't know. It should be up in like 2 weeks, I think. I just started. So I always need to like take extra time for extra videos on this channel. Yeah, so it might actually take about 2 weeks to make it. Maybe even 3 weeks, I'm not sure. Wait, your husband's name is Figa? Oh, that's an interesting name. Is that his name actually? I don't know. I don't know if I understood that right. Did you watch Eurovision? No, that's not. That's not in my interests. I just don't care about it. It's like, I mean, I have a really weird thing with music that I am definitely a musical person. I like to sing, I like to listen to music, I like to discover music and a lot of stuff. But I don't like musicals, I don't like dancing, I don't like any contests in music connected to music, and I'm like, I don't really, not my thing. So yeah, so this is the thing with me. People are always surprised about the dancing thing, that I am just definitely not a dancer, and dancing is just like, why does it even exist to me, you know? So I was talking to Figa. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there's a person called Figa. Sorry. Well, if it's a nickname, that makes sense. But if it was actually someone's name, especially someone's from of Polish descent, that would be weird. But you know, punctuation is important. Just saying. Figa is an inappropriate name in Italian. I mean, there is a saying in Polish that is maybe not vulgar, but it's like rude, I guess, that has the word figa in it. But figa is actually, wait, I don't know. Like, this is a fruit, but it's fig. Yeah. Fancy some good old metal like Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is okay. I listen to it sometimes. I think the biggest two biggest bands that I listen to that make kind of harder music, let's say, are System of a Down and Tool. But I don't really listen to it that much. I'm more of a pop person these days. I mean, I listen to alternative rock a lot still, but whenever I discover music, I actually catch myself listening to pop. So, yeah. Figa is a name for a dog. That's true. Yeah. I think I'm having a pretty decent day. I don't know. What about you? Victoria Broomfield. I like that name. Huh. Sounds like a good name for a sim. I always like, when I see English names, I'm like, I want to name a sim this way. Because, you know, I don't really see names like that in everyday life. So, yeah, whenever I see a new last name that I've never heard before, I'm like, that's cool. I can use that. Do you have blue nails? Yes, and one of them is silver. This is silver. So, yeah, just the thing. This is like very nice shade of blue. I like that. It's like, what's that flower called? I think bluebells are this color too, or they're kind of purple-ish. Yeah, I just like this color. Okay. I was thinking of other flowers. They're called weirdly in English. Can't remember. When it comes to species of stuff, I really can't remember stuff like types of fish, types of trees, types of flowers. It's just too much. Uh, is it like wildflower? Nah, I can't remember. I have to check. Cornflower, yeah, because they grow next to corn or like wheat as well, right? The blue ones. Cornflower, obviously. Yeah, someone already said in the chat that it's cornflowers. Yes, the little blue ones, you know. How is Nizapominajka in English? No idea. I only know like daffodil, daisy, sunflower, cornflower if I remember it, rose, of course, tulip, and well, to be fair, I don't really know that many types of flowers in Polish, so why would I know them in English? I don't even know how Niezapominajka looks. What? Nah, that can't be right. Oh my god, that's a flower. Really? And it's actually blue. Really? Niezapominajka is forget-me-not in English? What the hell? What the hell? This is like this is like a literal translation, and like now I'm wondering which way that went. You know, like that's okay. I am just shooketh right now. What do you think of Pride Month? I think it's very needed, and I think it's great. It's a great month. Yeah. Forget me not. How can a flower be called forget me not? This doesn't make any sense. Like in Polish, it's like a name, you know, made from this phrase of not forgetting. You know, it's not like a sentence. And in English, it's actually a sentence that is made into a flower name. That's so strange. German has the same word, but well, German it's kind of like German's thing to do that, right? And it doesn't sound as weird to make one word out of three words, you know? So yeah. For me, what? For some weird reason, forget-me-not is also called scorpion grass. Huh. Wikipedia says Disapominaica is Myosodis? That sounds like Latin. Oh, because the flower is considered a symbol of friendship and remembrance. Oh, that's nice. Oh my god, I can't pick one family that was the most interesting in my gameplays. There were so many. I play in like 10 neighborhoods. Give me a break. Hmm. Wow, I really learned something today, didn't I? Yeah, this is also a function of these live streams that I always miss words and I need to check them. And I actually learn something because of that, or like thanks to that. But I do the same things in my videos. Sometimes you can hear that I'm like, okay, I don't know this word. And then I'm like, okay, I learned something today. So yeah, there's that. I really hope that people whose native language isn't English can also learn something when I learn it. Oh no, don't give me long German words. I can't. I. Mm-mm. I don't speak it. I don't know it. I've never learned it. It's just super foreign to me. Except Rammstein. Oh, also, that's kind of a metal band that I listen to, but I don't really understand it that much, so yeah. But I do remember some lyrics, so this is the only German that I get. I'm not sure about this Mrs. Grumplebottom in The Sims 4. Like, how does that even go with, like, a countryside kinda place? I don't know. I really hope they make it make sense. And also, I just did a video. I just made a video about Mrs. Crumplebottom on my Polish channel, and suddenly there are Crumplebottoms in The Sims 4. It's like, yeah, like more to the story, you know? So I'm kind of curious, but I'm like, why? Also, you know, I don't think they will be in any way connected to Mortimer when they should be. So that would be kind of problematic too. But you know, in The Sims 4 there isn't even Michael Bachelor, so yeah, the family matters are just like, I mean, I know it's in an alternate universe and it's different and everything, but I don't really like the vision of having crumple bottoms that have nothing to do with the goths, you know? I love your Sims 2 videos, no more corruption. What? The Legacy series is my favorite por Rio. Greetings from Mexico. Hi there, Ivan, or Ivan, I don't know. Just a little note that Rio is spelled R-E-O, not R-I-O, R-E-O, with an E. Yeah, it's not like Rio de Janeiro, it's like Leo, but with an R. Yeah, that was the idea of that name. And who is the other A Crumplebottom in this postcard? Probably another husband of Mrs. Crumplebottom, or Miss Crumplebottom, or Agnes Crumplebottom. Like, they say that Mrs. Crumplebottom and Agnes are not the same person, but you know, I know all that. This is one of the videos of Plumbellas that I watched. And yeah, because you know, there was what's his face? I can't remember. Like, you know, Mr. Crumplebottom from The Sims 1. There was Eric Darling from The Sims 3. And now there is apparently another husband whose first name starts with A. So it's kind of strange. I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about that. Is there any major differences between the Polish and English version of the Sims 2? Yeah, I made 10 episodes about that on the Polish channel. Like, there are so many translation mistakes. I mean, I made 10 episodes, but it's about all the Sims games. The Sims 2 isn't really translated that well, I have to say. There are some issues with it, but The Sims 1 is the worst, I think. But well, it was a pretty early game, you know? So Yeah, there are some things that cannot be understood well. If I think of something, if something just appears on my mind, I will tell you guys, but I can't really think of anything now. I think the most funny thing in the translation mistakes in The Sims 2 is that when you have, well, speaking of a farm, when you have a few of the same plants with the same vegetables, for example, you have like harvest many tomato plants, right? There's this interaction so that you can harvest all the tomatoes that you have. And in Polish, the plural wasn't made the proper way. It kind of like the plural, I hate this word, stayed from like in the English version. Like the grammar was English, so the Polish interaction says zbierz wszystkie pomidors. And that is the name of my Facebook group for my Polish audience, because this is just so funny. Yeah, so it's kind of like, well, basically the plural is just made like it's a Polish word with English plural. You know, it should be pomidory, and it's pomidors. So it's like, god damn it. And it's like that with everything. It's bakłażans instead of bakłażany. It's ogóreks instead of ogórki. So it's all the things. And also, pepper was translated to the wrong pepper. Not the vegetable, but the spice. So your and also the plural. So it's like combo breaker because you harvest pieprz, and it's bell pepper, not pepper the spice. So it's like, so many things. Also, oh yeah, someone said in the chat that also it can be a little weird that when you're in the paranormal career, I think that's the 5th level of that career when you're a medium, right? And in Polish, I think it's like that in other languages too, because people told me in the comments under the translations video, because I made that, that in some languages and also Polish, this word was translated to the wrong like meaning of medium, like when something is medium size, you know, and not medium as a psychic. So yeah, it's also kind of like, yeah, you're just medium. It's like, you're mediocre, you know? Kind of sounds like that, so yeah. Robert Crumplebottom, that was. Okay, thanks. Can't remember anymore. That's a lot of talking. At least there's something to talk about. Whenever I get another idea of what's translated really bad, I will just tell you. Because this is such a big topic. Oh yeah, there's also this thing. Oh god. Okay, the best thing about translating names is that Cassidy Roth, which is somewhere in the family tree of the Roth family from River Blossom Hills, I think that's an uncle of someone's. I can't remember exactly, but he is like a dead sim in the family tree, and his name is Cassidy Roth. That's a guy named Cassidy, and for some freaking reason, I have no idea what happened, but for some freaking reason, this guy is named Saddle in the Polish version. Literally saddle, like the thing that you put on a horse. Saddle. Whose freaking name is Saddle? What the hell? Oh my god. Saddle Roth, yes. Why? Why is Cassidy Saddle? I don't get it. It's just so weird. How did that even happen? You know, there are also people are sometimes I mean, it's kind of like like an iconic thing about The Sims 2 that the names are really stupid. super stupid. Like, those names just don't exist. Most of them, at least, don't exist in Polish reality. They are just like super funny names. And when I translate them to English, they don't sound as funny. So you just have to trust me that, I mean, someone's last name can be Cookie, for example. So that's kind of, yeah, sounds like a cartoon name or something. So I think that's what they were going for with these names, but it's just so ridiculous. And also, someone, when I was talking about that saddle situation, someone said I got inspired by a message that some names are, of course, have confused gender. You know, like there's a nanny whose name, who's a woman, and her name just looks completely like a man's name. So yeah, and even though her name wasn't even like wait, that's what's her face? Kalista Desperate. Not Joy Desperate, Kalista Desperate. So like Kalista, you could, how could anyone confuse it for a male name? It's like the A ending is basically like a rule for names in Polish to be feminine. So I mean, there are some exceptions, but like this is the rule. So it's like, how how did you confuse her for a woman? I had no idea. I don't know. There are so many mysteries in Sims translations that I can't even. Well, okay, with a name like Glabe, who is a woman, like, it doesn't have to necessarily be that obvious. You know, Kalista, I feel, is more obvious to be a feminine name. And also, you know, we need to take into account that it's not like translators see the game, or at least back in the day, they definitely didn't see the game. They only saw scripts. Just, you know, sometimes maybe even they didn't see any instance for if the sim is a man or a woman. So it was really hard to actually get it right. But Kalista, really? But also you can see some very nice analogies that you see a translation of a name, you see the original name, and you're like, you can just see the path of thought that went through this translator's mind. Like, for example, there's Michelle Tsay, if I'm pronouncing this name right. Like from the townies that live in apartments, right? The redhead woman. And her last name in the Polish version is Muszka, which basically means a little fly, because Tsay made them think of a type of fly. I think that's called tsay or something like that. I don't know if it's called like that in English, but you know, you can see that this was clearly the thought process there. So you're like, yeah, okay, that's what they were thinking about. So yeah, it's also the Patel family, which, you know, Patel is like a very popular Indian name, and in the Polish version they are called, I don't even know the word for that. Like, you have this scrub for cleaning like bottles or pans, you know, from you know, like when something is really hard to get off. Wait, I will try to find that word. Ramrod, I guess. Wait, I need to make sure if this is really the thing. Nah, it doesn't. Okay, maybe. It's like there's mostly it looks like this, like a small brush or something, but it's very thick. It's made of plastic, and it just you know, put it inside a bottle to just clean it. Or you can have a special one for pans to get rid of oil, you know, and just fat on the pan. So here the thought process was that patel kind of sounds like patelnia, which is pan in Polish, and so they went further and just called them ramrod. Just called them like the thing that you can clean pans with. So their last name is Vicior. So it's... Oh man. Also, I mean, Belladonna Cove has so many bad translations. I just can't. Wait, what's his name? Carlos Contender was confused to be, so that his last name is Container, not Contender. Contender is, you know, like in a contest. And they thought that this was Container, apparently, because they actually named him Container. So his last name is literally Container. So it's just... Or it could have been because he was a boxer before... So, maybe it was like box, container, you know, but it's like, it's not really exactly the same word as box. So maybe like here there could have been two thought processes. I don't really know exactly, but it was like contender kind of sounds similar to container. So it was either connected to the box thing or they just confused the word. Yeah. Do you know any French Sims tubers? I mean, I learned French in high school, but I can't remember anything, so... Je ne comprends pas. At all, so... no. I can tell you about one Italian Sims tuber, but French... not my thing. Carlos Container, yes. I mean, his first name is Bernardin, so it's also like... Also, I have this really weird thought about that because he's a boxer. And Bernardin is the name of the Bernese mountain dog in Polish. So it's like two dog breeds combined or something. Is, you know, I kind of have a thought like that. So... yeah, basically his name is Bernie Container in the Polish version, yeah. That's not Bernese, oh wait. That's not Bernese, that's another, oh god. I can't remember the name of that dog. Like, you know, the one that in cartoons it has like some rum on its neck and it just goes to the mountains to save people. That's Bernardin. Yeah, Bernese is my favorite breed of, I mean, it's kind of a similar dog in some ways, but it's not Bernese mountain dog, that's Bernardine or something like that, I can't remember exactly. Would you like to live abroad? I guess I could if I had to. No problem with that, but I feel like, I mean, Poland can get pretty bad in a few years. It's possible, so it's possible that I will just have to. So yeah. But I have this thing that I would feel like my English isn't really anything special anymore when I'm in a foreign country, especially in an English-speaking country. So like I would feel weird being in like Holland or Germany and speaking English when, you know, like the language of that country is different. I would just feel weird there. And if I was in the UK, which isn't really a country that I would like to go to, but Saint Bernard dog. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if I just was in a country that where English is just a native language, I would just feel like, well, I just use English every day now, so whatever. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so, but if I have to, I will. Oh, I wouldn't, like, I don't really have the qualifications to teach Polish. It's not that easy. So, I mean, maybe abroad it would be easier, but I don't think, I don't feel like I will be good for that. Nah, I explain things in definitely too of a chaotic way. You would just learn the local language. That wouldn't be so easy for me. But I mean, if I was there, then maybe. But I can't really imagine myself speaking German. Oh man, I have a friend who speaks German very well, so maybe she would help. If you had to live in the world of the Sims franchise from any game, which world would you want to live in? Uh, One of the worlds from The Sims 3, I think. Either Monte Vista or like Hidden Springs is pretty pretty beautiful. So yeah, Hidden Springs is cool. What? Yeah, there's also this thing that Sims are called a different way, in different parts of the Sims. So it can be confusing that you go from one game to another game, and there can be Sims that aren't really like in the main storyline, like the Goths. You probably will figure it out. They have different names in The Sims 1, but you just launch The Sims 2 and you're like, oh, okay, they have different names. They are the same Sims. But when it comes to Sims that are kind of outside of the mainstream, let's say, in The Sims, then you could be actually really surprised that those are the Sims. Those are those Sims, Like, for example, the Curious Family was called differently in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. I mean, the Curious Family is, like, mainstream, but in The Sims 3, it goes way back in the Curious Family, right? So even in English, you would have to figure out who is who. They are in Twinbrook. And in the Polish version, they are just named completely different. And you might not even like see that this is actually this family, Like this is a prequel to the Curious Family from The Sims 2. But I think the worst thing about that, the worst mistake like that is actually Kaylin Langerak, or Langerak, I don't really know how to say this name, that in The Sims 2, there's Kaylin, she's a maid, everything is fine. But in the Sims 3, she is a child there from the Langerak family, and this whole family just has a different name. She has a different name, the different first name than in the previous game. If she had the same name, it wouldn't really make that much difference because it was kind of a common name. So it would be just like, yeah, okay, it's just another Sim with that name. Yeah, so you would never figure out that this is the same Sim in the Polish version, because in the Sims 2 she's called Kasia Langerak, and in the Sims 3 she's called Klementyna Lada, so it's just completely different. Yeah, so I remember that I think I figured that out. I mean, I didn't really figure that out, I just read about her, I think, on Sims Wiki or something, because I wanted to check something. I can't really remember exactly how I got to that, but definitely that was before I switched to the English version of The Sims. But yeah, I just saw it somewhere that this is the same Sim, and I was like, what? Why didn't anyone tell me? Like, to me, this stuff is pretty important, that there are Sims who come back from previous games. So yeah, it's when it's misleading like that and you don't know things, it's just a bit annoying. Nah. What's your favorite fairy tale? What do you mean by fairy tale? Do you actually mean a fairy tale? Or do you mean a cartoon? Because I see that that was written by a Polish person, so I'm suspicious. When it comes to fairy tales, I don't really know. Like the Ugly Duckling or something? I don't know. I can't even remember too many fairy tales. I mean, I can compare to Disney stuff, I guess, but I haven't really watched that much. And I can't really say I loved every story or whatever. So I don't know. I have no idea. But when it comes to cartoon, I would probably go with Braceface. Or Life with Louie. Probably Life with Louie. It's iconic. What's your favorite Let's Play between the ones that you've recorded? I actually think Planet Alades that is still going. Because it's very different than anything else. So I think, yeah, I think that. Because I like just telling you about the species that I made up, you know, like trying to figure out what they actually, how they actually live and their lifestyles, their characteristics and stuff like that. It's like, those aren't really Sims. I feel like those aren't really normal Sims, you know? Everyone is very different and everyone has their own thing, like the plant Sims from Naike, Don Woohoo or something, and it's like, yeah, it's just a completely different thing, something that I've never done. So yeah. It's super science fiction though. Especially for me, who doesn't really play with supernatural Sims that much. But when I think of them as aliens, that makes so much more sense to me. Yeah. An actual fairy tale like Rapunzel or Sleeping Beauty. I don't know. I am not really that much into it. Well, obviously my favorite Sims 2 neighborhood is Pleasantville. As everyone else's. Which sim do you like the least from Planet Alades? Say Ivan, I think. Which is such an obvious choice. Yeah. Do you know Patricia 1's father? Tianrong 1, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, is named Jupla. What? How is Jupla in English, by the way? Hollow? Is it just hollow? Really? Oh, that makes sense. Like a hollow in a tree. Okay, so one guy is named Saddle, and another guy is named Tree Hollow. What's happening? What's happening? River Blossom Hills is just like, wow, when it comes to the names. Probably even better than Belladonna Cove. Okay, it's not better. Are we waiting for the Pope's hour? No, definitely not. I'll be finishing in like max 20 minutes, I think, because my throat is already killing me. So yeah. I think I will work a little bit on that video today still. Okay, I didn't know about those names in the one family. Also, there's this thing about the Shikibu family that Cleo's parents have a different last name, and it always annoys me so much that on the Polish Sims wiki, because there is a Polish site, you know, and there are translations of stuff, that it is actually said that, oh, her parents' last name is different than hers, but it doesn't look like she was ever married or whatever, you know, and it's like, it's not different. It was never different. It's not different in the original version of the game. There's no need for speculations there. It's not different. It's just different in the Polish version, okay? I don't know why, but yeah. But it's like, her last name is one thing and her parents' last name is another thing. No one knows why. Yeah, the Polish translations were just like, the translators were just like trolling everyone, you know. And also the names in River Blossom Hills, like the last names are just completely stupid, most of them. Sometimes I use them to make fun of the Sims that I play in the River Blossom Hills on my Polish channel, so yeah. Like, two guys are named Shovel. I don't know if there's another word, like, you know, there are two types of shovel or something. And probably there is a word for that, but I can't spell. Oh, spade, obviously. So yeah, so one guy is named Shovel, the other guy is named Spade. Someone is named Pot, like a plant pot. Another person is named like Glazed Frost, which is kind of a nice name, I guess, in this case, but there's also someone named Biscuit, and what else? The Greenman family is quite okay. Can't remember the rest. I think that's it. Oh, also, Catherine Viejo is named like the planting season. I don't know if there's a word for that in English, and I didn't know that word in Polish either. So before I made the translations video, so yeah. So it's a whole thing. I think the only well translated, like maybe not the only, but Pleasant View and Desiderata Valley, I don't really know, are the best translated neighborhoods when it comes to names, but in the Desiderata Valley, there's the Jock family, or Jacques family, I think, was actually translated to joke, because of how the word looks, I guess. So yeah, that translation had to be a joke. Any interest in different kind of games, MMOs? Like, oh no, that definitely not that, or card games. Also, no. If so, oh, hi Philip. I go with like other simulators sometimes, but also strategies a little bit, fighting games a little bit, and like I can't remember the type of that game. You know, like GTA, whatever, something like that. Oh, okay. I think Betty Goldstein's name in the Polish version was pretty well translated. It was like, yeah, it had something to do with gold, so and also sounded like a normal name. So that one was actually pretty good. Do you have a Discord server or am I crazy? Yes, I do. It's probably not in the description of this video though. Or is it? Maybe it is. Where's the description? I made the window so small that I can't find anything now. Nah, I don't think I will find it. I think it should be. If not, just go to the newest video and it will definitely be there. I did a Sims 3 Let's Play once on this channel. It's 18 episodes. But no, I don't really have time for that. I can make one video a week on this channel and maybe some bonus videos sometimes or a live stream like today. And that's it. As I said, I have to have extra time to actually make more videos than just this one a week. So under my internet hideouts, yes. So I don't really have space for another series. Oh, I don't really play SimCity. It's too difficult for me. I mean, probably not the newer ones, but I remember playing the older ones when I was like 11 and I didn't really get anything. Like, I couldn't do anything in this game. I had no idea what I was doing, so it was too complicated for me. I might try to play it one day, but SimCity is not really a thing that I've ever played. Like, more than just this once when I was 11, you know? Hi. Oh, new people are coming. I was talking about the new expansion pack already, that I don't want to have too many expectations, and I'm not really that sure about the crumple bottoms. It's like, I'm kind of skeptical about it. I mean, I really hope it's good, but I kind of expect it not to be good. So I prefer expect it not to be good and just be nicely surprised, you know? No, I am definitely not trying to corrupt my own game, especially that I might actually corrupt the whole game. And I have way too many things going on in that game. I mean, I can do backups, obviously, right? But I feel like it's too risky. I would have to do it on another computer somewhere or something. I would be too scared of doing that. And also, yeah, a lot of people already make corruption videos, so I don't really feel like doing that. Yeah, I think Agnes will be just a townie like Alex Moyer or whatever, right? She will just probably come to your house and be like, hey, come to Hanford or something. Kind of also like Jasmine Holiday or something, yeah. I definitely prefer Sims 2. The Sims 2 is my favorite. I could install it on my boyfriend's PC. That would be my first thought, you know, but I would have to go there and use his computer to record. I would have to, you know, take my equipment there and equipment, which is a microphone pretty much, but yeah. Oh man. Okay. My throat is already dying. I mean, if I ever want to do it, I will probably do it on my boyfriend's PC, especially that he hasn't really been using it that much lately. But he has Windows 8, so it might be hard to even get the game working, you know? It would be a lot of work. I'm still on Windows 7, so I don't really know how to even do this stuff. I never had to. The only thing I had to do was adding my graphics card when I bought a new one to the registry, and that's pretty much it. I just clicked 2 things in Graphics Rules Maker and it just did it for me. So yeah, I don't really know that much about configuring I think the game on newer operation systems. So yeah. Oh, what keeps you motivated, gives you inspiration to keep playing Sims? I feel like after a while of playing, you've done it all and everything feels a little repetitive. It never feels repetitive on Planet Alades. I have to just say that. It does feel repetitive in the Legacy Challenge, I have to say, but you know, lately stuff has been happening just out of nowhere and well, not out of nowhere, but because of mods. But yeah, and also there's this new thing that Samaya is going to not have a job, but actually trying to succeed in a lot of hobbies. So this is something very fresh that kind of keeps me going with this series. But other than that, when I just play Sims alone, it can be a bit boring sometimes or just overwhelming because you have too many Sims or something. So then I just skip to another thing. I just play in another town, for example, or I just build something or whatever. Or I just play another game. If I'm not recording videos, I don't have to play The Sims 2, you know? So I can just play The Sims 3 or just something completely different. Or watch a TV series instead. But yeah, just, don't really force yourself too much. Of course there was a free update to Windows 10, but I didn't want to. I still don't want to just update it to Windows 10 because The Sims 2 doesn't really work well on Windows 10. I literally kept Windows 7 only for Sims 2. That's how much I love the game, okay? I know you can make it work on this on Windows 10, but I really don't want to be one of those people who did everything they could and it's still not working. I never. It's like that would be just too much for me. Is there a link to your aspiration system? Yeah, on my Pinterest. You can find it on my Pinterest. There's a picture, but I don't really it's kind of outdated because I don't really do it like that now. Because I just look at Sim's personality and I just know. It's like I don't associate it with the sign necessarily. I just look at separate traits and I just think what their aspiration should be based on those traits. So yeah. So for example, when a Sim is very outgoing and also nice, I will give them popularity, but when a Sim is outgoing but not very nice, I will give them romance. And it doesn't matter to me what their sign is. Year 2030, Marticore still has Windows 7, yeah. Probably not, but I will probably have to update it once, one day, I think, because some software might stop working for me, like OBS, for example, or new games might not support Windows 7 anymore. So I think at some point I will have to do that. Is it hot in Gdynia? Kinda. I mean, it's not super hot. It's almost never super hot in here because it's windy all the time. And it's like the air isn't really that dense. Too much. It happens very rarely that it's actually super hot and steamy. So it is very, very warm, but it's not hot. It's really nice. Sunny and no rain whatsoever and everything. And you didn't mess up the name of my town, but you didn't use the capital letter, so there's just that. Well, it doesn't only depend on Windows 10, like on the system itself. It also depends on your hardware, especially the graphics card. So sometimes you might not be able to launch the game because of the graphics card. It happened to me on Windows 7 because I bought a new one and the game just couldn't, read it. So I had to actually install Graphics Rules Maker for the first time then to fix it. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to have a special computer for Sims 2 alone, but I don't, I would have to buy a new one or something. It's too much. Too much storage and too much money to spend. Are you double vaccinated? Not yet. I have my second dose next week on Thursday, I think. So I'm only once vaccinated so far. The resolution is actually the easiest thing to change, and the resolution was actually a problem on Windows 7 for me, but I nearly forget that it was even an issue because it's super easy to fix. You just have to change a few things in the graphics rules file, and that's it. And then you can just change the resolution. So it's like the most basic thing that you can do. Kind of like installing the shadow fix. Like those are the two very basic things that you just need to do for The Sims 2, especially Ultimate Collection. No matter what your system is, it doesn't actually depend on Windows 10 or just anything. Oh, thank you. Doesn't the first Sims work on other systems than Windows 7? I don't know. I mean, yeah, it does work on Windows 7, but I don't know. Are people having issues with The Sims 1 on other systems? That would be also inconvenient if it didn't work. I mean, I don't really play the game that much, but it could be useful sometimes. Oh, you changed it and it doesn't work? Maybe you changed it in the wrong file. Did you change it with the graphics rules maker, or did you just do it manually? Because I think I confused the files too, because there are like 8 graphics rules files, and you just have to do it in the right one to actually work. I didn't really have any side effects with the first dose. Maybe, I mean, of course, my arm was aching a lot, but it wasn't really that bad, the aching. And maybe I was a little bit more tired, but it's really hard to say if it was really from the vaccine because I am just a tired person. So Feels like I might have been a little bit more tired, but it could have been just that kind of day. So pretty much no side effects. Nothing that would change my day or something. But I am expecting to get more side effects from the second dose, unfortunately. I think it will be a little bit worse. I will probably be sick for a day, and I am already trying to plan out my week so that I can kind of take this one day off, you know? Oh, you're welcome. Oh, I was vaccinated with Pfizer, actually. Okay, Marco, good luck with that. Yeah, it can be confusing. I think the graphics rules maker always just does that in the right file, so maybe just use that instead of trying to do it manually. You can also fix the resolution, so yeah. How long have we been here? An hour and 35 minutes. Okay, I think we could maybe wrap this up. I will give you maybe 5 more minutes if you have any very important questions to me. Yeah, and that will be it. Yeah, someone said that people really like the corruption videos of The Sims 2, and well, it's a very curious thing, especially that well, to really have your neighborhood corrupted or your game corrupted, you have to do a lot of things. It's like there will be slight corruption when you do certain things. When you make just a few mistakes, but when to have a really glitchy game, like unplayable game, you have to just go all the way and just do crazy stuff. So just the process is pretty interesting, right? Not only the effect. Hi there. Are you scared of reaching 30 next year? God damn it, don't ask me these questions. I'm getting grayer and grayer, in like my hair. It's, yeah, I mean, I'm trying not to be, but it still feel like a kid, and I'm turning 30 next year. It's super weird. I still think of myself as 28, okay? 28-year-old. Even though I'm closer to my birthday than further, at this time of the year. Can the game crash because of corruption? No, can game crashes cause corruption? Is there any case where crashes can actually cause corruption? I don't think so. I mean, in very specific situations, if you don't have the no one linkage on Earthstone delete mod, and you saved the game when there was a ghost on the lot, and then your game crashes and goes back to that save, you go back to the game, then yeah, the ghosts can be corrupted. the data of those Sims can be corrupted, of those dead Sims. So that's the only case when actually something can happen with your neighborhood data because of crash. But other than that, I don't think so. Yes, I know the Calipers and Tongs channel. I watched some of her stuff. Oh, someone is thanking me for inspiration. How sweet. You're welcome. I don't know how I did that, but you're welcome. And motivated to start a YouTube channel. Okay. Oh, 92 squad. Squad. What was that pronunciation? Squad. Squad. Oh god. Yeah, this is the example of mispronouncing things. Yeah. 92. Best year. Well, the yes, there's lipstick on my mug, and like it's just dirty because of black tea that I drank before. Obviously, I use the same mug the whole day. Yeah. So the advantage is at least that I look pretty young, I guess. I don't know if I still do, but I think I could still be asked for an ID when buying alcohol. It doesn't really happen that often anymore, but it could. I always have to, actually, when I'm planning to buy alcohol at the store, I need to remember to take my ID. Because, yeah, they might ask. Even though it's been 11 years, almost. Yeah. Dogs are barking. I will never forget when someone asked me if I already finished middle school when I was on the third year of my university studies, I think. And I was like, yes, I have. Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, I looked about 16 to that person and I was like 23, so. or 22, I think. 22! I just said that to sing the song, I admit. But I really had to be 22 when I was on the third year. I can't remember if that was really third year. Might have been second, I can remember. But yeah, I think that was third, actually. Oh god, someone loves me very much. What? Someone asked for an ID for coffee? Because she was afraid I'm too young for coffee. Wait a second, kid. Aren't you like 12? Should you be drinking coffee? Oh man, like the difference between 18 and 28 is like, well, okay, it can be confusing, but the difference between 12 and 22, that's another thing. Oh man. I'm small and have a baby face, so at the age of 19 I look like 13. Oh god. Okay. I don't know what I looked like when I was 19. I probably looked like 15 or something. I don't know. It's not like I changed much since then. Aw, that's so sweet. Oh yeah, having a beard is always like plus 50 to age. Well, I can't grow a beard, so jealous. But you know, my boyfriend also looks very young, so we just look like a pair of schoolers when we're close to 30. He's actually very close to 30. He's oh god, he's turning 30 next month. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Oh, that made me think that I probably need a present. It's at the end of July, so I have more than a month, but yeah, but this is actually his 30th. Old hag. At least we would both be adults in The Sims 2, right? But it's true that when I was 26, I felt like I was still a teenager. I kind of still do. So. You look nice with this hairstyle. Thank you. I don't like having long hair. So, like, you know, much longer than this that I used to have. I had much longer hair on the previous live stream, so I didn't like that hair. I had to cut it. What? He's not aging up from young adult to adult. When I set up age in my game, in The Sims 3 and 4, when there is a difference between young adult and it's not, you know, like in The Sims 2 it's different. Then adult starts at least 40, maybe even like in The Sims 4 when I changed it with the MC Command Center, actually adult starts at 50 for me. So it's like super old. When is your birthday? November 4th. How long you two are in relationship? 8.5 years, let's say, something like that. Yeah. Do you play BitLife? It's similar to Sims, but it's on mobile only. Oh no, I don't play mobile games. I don't like the games that you play on your smartphone. It's like the screen is too small. I get headaches. I'm old, okay? I'm too much of a boomer to do that. Ah. All my ID pictures are like a variation of police mugshot and convicted for drug possession. I mean, there was this new law, let's say, in Poland that it came a few years ago that your ID picture had to be kind of like in other countries, I guess, like from the front. And most people just look absolutely awful in those pictures. So mine isn't really that bad. But yeah, like it's really not the best way, but it is the easiest to recognize the person. That's true. What was the length of your longest hair in your life? I mean, except when I was a kid, because when I compared to my like where the hair was like comparing to my body parts, like it wasn't really that long when I was little, you know. But I think the longest in actual length was right before I cut it, I think. Like when I decided to actually wear my hair shorter, which was in 2016 somewhere, 5 years ago. God damn it. So yeah, before that I had the longest hair, so we can actually see the longest hair that I've ever had in older videos. It was like somewhere it went to the half of my back or something like that. It wasn't really that long, but it was super bad, in super bad condition. So yeah. It's Kacper with a C. Kasper is another name. I mean, it exists in Polish because Kacper has a colleague at work whose name is Kasper with an S. So yeah, it's a very rare name, but it's there. So his name is Kacper. So yeah, he's not my first boyfriend. I mean, a first really serious boyfriend, I guess, but not like first boyfriend. It's like we got together when I was 20, so and he was 21, so you know we still had time to like have other people in our lives before, you know. I prefer the new pictures from the front since I have a really long nose. Oh no. Don't do that to yourself. You know. Okay, the stream froze in my display. I don't know if it's still working. Oh, okay, it's back. How do you pronounce Merta? It's Merta. So. Okay, it's working. Nah, just, you know, it just froze for me, I guess. I am currently developing a game about owning a pierogi bar. That's kind of Polish. Oh wow! I tell my English teacher, I told, I guess, about your channel, and she really likes you, and she is very happy that I am listening to English because this helps me speak in this language. Oh yeah, listening helps a lot. That's what I was trying to say. You don't have to send this twice. I read everything. I mean, listening is very helpful, but just speaking is very helpful because when I was like 22 again, I'm pretty sure that was then. I still couldn't really speak that well. Like I knew a lot of English. I was pretty good with grammar and stuff, but I couldn't like glue a sentence together too well, you know. So yeah. When did you meet your first boyfriend? Like when I was 17 or something. So you know, it was like 3 years prior. The current one. Yeah, that guy was awful. By the way. Has your PC stopped doing that thing where it crashes out of nowhere? Yes, it turned out that I had... oh god, again a word that I don't know. Jesus Christ. Like, you know, when you plug your computer to electricity, to the socket, you have this thing that you plug into electricity and it has so many other sockets, you know. I have no idea how it's called in English. Electric strip? Is that what I'm looking for? Yes. Or like power strip? Yeah. So it turned out that for some electronic like stuff, you need to buy a stronger one. So I bought a stronger one, and it stopped completely. It's just since I bought it, it never, like the computer never crashed on me since I did that. I discovered that because I bought another screen that is right here. And I mean, no, this screen is the one I bought. This one is the old one. But yeah, I have two now, finally. And when I was extension cable, it could be that as well, I think. But it's the one with the sockets, you know? So, yeah, I had two screens from now on, and when I was trying to render a video, the computer would just crash every time. So it was actually about, you know, the tension in the cables, I guess. And yeah, it's like the, what was that word? Power strip was just kind of like saving the computer from like over electricizing or whatever. Like from that voltage, you know. So I had to yeah, so I had to buy a really strong power strip to, you know, get higher voltage, like tolerance for higher voltage, because I read that actually when you have a computer with a lot of things plugged into it as well, like two screens, for example, then it can get pretty bad. So yeah, so I got a new one and it's just completely fixed. And I was struggling with it for like 3 years, I think. So it was always like I was recording and my computer could just crash. Then it would just like reset, you know. So it was really scary. And sometimes it would actually mid-recording, so it was really bad. Oh, someone is... What? I love your channel. You're just so smart and with it? I'm not sure if I understand, but thank you. Oh, I started to get better in English when I started to watch your channel. Really? It's pronounced Sinika with a K? Oh. Alright. That's interesting. Do you think about why Polish happy birthday is 100 years? Yeah, we wish people to live 100 years as a happy birthday. Not only for birthday, but this is like the basic wish for birthday. So it's, I always saw this difference between English and Polish in this case because basically in English you just wish this person to have a nice day, like this particular day that is their birthday, and in Polish we actually like have this wish for a lifetime, literally, you know. You basically just wish someone to live a long life, and that's so different. Even though it technically means the same thing, like obviously 100 lat is translated to happy birthday, but the meaning is so different, actually. Yeah, and in case they actually live to 100, that happens. We wish them another 100 because they will never live to 200. The person that lived the longest, I think, lived for like 140 something years, right? So it's not really that far. But yeah, it would be pretty hard to actually live for 200 days. Jesus, years. I just think of the Sims lifespan. Do you know, by the way, I mean, it's not by the way because it's in this topic, do you freaking know that Carlos Contender, Bernie Container, lives for 110 days in the game, I think. Like, he lives for so long. It's annoying. Has anyone even waited this long before they actually killed him? You know, like, I made him marry Jessica Peterson so that she can have a little bit of his money. It's kind of like a Dina and Mortimer situation, but he lived for so long that she was already an elder before. She was super, like, a lot younger than him, and she was already an elder when he died. It's crazy. Like, how can a sim actually live for 110 days? Like, normally they live max 80, I think. So it's, oh my god. He just apparently had it customized by the creators in the game files, that he had a lot of days added, because if you enter SimPE and just go, you know, to that Sims file, you can just type in the number of days that they will still live as an elder. So yeah, I did that when I was creating a custom town, because I needed one sim to not really live that long for story purposes. So yeah, you can do that. So I think they just typed in like 50 days or something, and yeah, just live. God damn it, how can a sim live that long? Like, normally in the game, Sims don't live that long. It's not something that happens. Yeah, he's already an elder when you enter the game at the start of the neighborhood, and he literally lives for 50 more days or something like that, or like 40. It's crazy. No, it's not 40. It's not 40. It's maybe 30. I think it could be 30, but god damn it. It's it's just so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna go because it's been 2 hours. God. Okay, stop. Let's just finish this tea. And maybe I will live stream again somewhere in the future, maybe in 2 months or something. Yeah, because I like those talking live streams. It's a good way to have an interaction with you guys. There's not really that many people always on those streams, so I can easily keep up with the chat and just talk about certain things like trivia from the Sims games and translations. And yeah, and Poland, I think. We talked about Poland, right? I like Polish language in general. I don't really make videos about that anymore, so I can at least do it on a stream. So yeah, 1 hour before the Pope hour, I'm ending the stream. Yeah, and have a nice week, because it's only Tuesday, so have a nice week. And I will see you on Thursday with a new video that is already rendered. The Genesis, of course, as always. And yeah. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video. And see you in the next one. Bye. With my pink hand as always.